So tonight, I think it's really cool. Something happened. As you read more and more scripture, you understand more and more of the parts you didn't understand earlier. it all kind of interprets itself and helps you understand different parts. So I didn't understand why previously, I think it was last time, why the guy came to David and was bragging about how he had killed Saul. Even though he didn't really kill Saul, why would he go and brag about being the guy that killed him? And when I read this story that we're going to talk about today, it really helped me understand what was going on. The guy that lied and said he killed Saul was actually thinking like David was gonna be so happy and give him a prize or honor, and just he thought he was doing David like this amazing favor, or pretending to do amazing favor. He thought he was going to get some goods, probably, or at least get in good with the king. I don't know how he missed out on, if he's one of David's men, certainly he saw a couple of times where David didn't kill Saul and where David was kind to Saul and wouldn't fight Saul. So he missed the boat somewhere. Maybe he was sick that day or something. I don't understand. So I read this story. This is a story, and you need to think in your mind about the deal that David made with Jonathan. Their covenant was that I'm going to help you get away from King Saul. That's what Jonathan said to David. And I want you to promise me you'll be kind to my family. Okay? So this goes back to that promise David made. So, it introduces, later we're going to talk about this guy, but it introduces his son, one of Jonathan's sons. His name was Mephibosheth. And his nurse picked him up as they were going to flee one day. And in the hurry to leave, he fell and he became crippled in his legs. And his name was Mephibosheth. That's important to remember because later David's going to really take good care of Mephibosheth. But today's story is actually about this other person who was a relative of Saul. Okay? So there's three characters. There's two guys that were soldiers of David. Their name is Rechab and Baanah. So we'll call them Re and Banana, so we can remember. And they set out to go to this guy's name, Ishbosheth. We'll call him Ish. Ish was one of Saul's sons. Okay? So David's men, two men, Rechab and Banana, they went to Ish's house. Ish is one of Saul's sons. The deal David made is he's going to be kind to Jonathan's family, Saul's family. This is what Rechab and Banana did. They had gone into the house while he was lying down in his bed. They arrived there in the heat of the day while he was taking his noonday rest. They went to the inner part of the house as if to go to get some wheat, and they stabbed him in the stomach. After they stabbed him and killed him, they cut off his head. Taking it with them, they traveled all night. They brought the head of Ish to David. Is this a smart move? This isn't very smart of them. Can you see what's fixing to happen? They brought the head of Saul's boy, who David had promised and made a covenant with Jonathan he would take care of and be kind to. They brought his head to David. Here is the head of Ish, son of Saul, your enemy, who tried to take your life. This day the Lord has avenged my lord the king against Saul and his offspring. Like, we did you such an awesome favor. Aren't we awesome? Give us lots of gold and wives and help us be the boss of everybody, and we're just so awesome. Woohoo! David answered Rechab and his brother, as surely as the Lord lives, who has delivered me out of all my trouble. When the man told me Saul is dead, and thought he was bringing me good news, I seized him and put him to death. That was his reward. That's what they want, reward. I gave him for... That was the reward I gave him for his news. How much more when wicked men have killed an innocent man in his own house, on his own bed, while he was asleep. It doesn't say while he was asleep, but it says on his own bed. Should I not now demand his blood from his hand and rid the earth of him? So David gave the order, and they killed them. The end. Fun story. So, one question. Is David keeping his promise to be kind to the family of Saul? Even though they got killed, he avenged and he took care of the guys that did it. So, yes, he's doing a good job. And later we'll see Mephibosheth. He doesn't want anybody to do anything stupid again, so he actually takes Mephibosheth and brings him into the palace to take care of him so that he can keep an eye on him and make sure that he's safe. Have a good night.